Hi, everyone. This is our podcast. We're trying something new today.
My name is Lavanya.
And I'm Kaundia. And we're both physiotherapists who specialize in pelvic health as well.
This podcast is going to focus on talking about anything health and beyond. These topics may interest you or may not, but stay tuned as we discuss, like we said, any topics related to health and wellness.
So it's going to be 5-minute clips where we're going to be tackling some of the important topics, things that are going to be relevant to you pertaining to health and wellness, physio and beyond, and even our personal experiences. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's get into it. Why did we become physiotherapists? So for me, I would say given our undergrad degree, right, with a lot of our internships and co-ops, we had lots of experience working firsthand with physiotherapists and chiropractors and at clinics, and just kind of seeing firsthand the impact that we have and getting patients to recovery. That was, I think, was the most rewarding part. And through that experience, I think it kind of motivated me to also to do that for like the future patients and clients that we see. So that's kind of why I chose to pick that as a field to pursue.
Yeah, I chose physiotherapy because I really am passionate about
Mm-hmm.
anything health and wellness related, science, just learning. I think part of our roles as well, even as co-op students, I had a job, an example, just my experience as a tutor, educating my clients. At the time I was teaching nursing students anatomy and physiology, and
Mm-hmm.
so I think it's like a full circle moment because I was teaching these students, and now as a physiotherapist, I'm educating my own patients in regards to their diagnosis, just educating them in regards to like anatomy, physiology as well. So it's just, in short, just to say, educating my clients and just sharing my knowledge so that
Mm-hmm.
way they can take, again, ownership of their health
Mm-hmm.
and live a better life.
Yeah, it's amazing what we do because we love what we do, right? So I think it's really nice that we can actually do this for people, and it's a nice position to be in, right? Where people look up to you as a health professional and they want to hear what you have to say, and also just ultimately help them feel better, and that's what we're all about.
Exactly. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like as physiotherapists too, we do have a very rewarding job because we do see tangible results. Like, unlike other healthcare professionals, right? They might just prescribe medication or just refer you to another specialist. We actually start seeing a patient on day one,
Mm-hmm.
address their concerns, and work with them towards
Mm-hmm.
creating a program that's suitable for them to help achieve their goals. So
Yeah.
at the end, when we see all of our patients, very happy, and very thankful and grateful that they get to go back to what they love to do, is truly inspiring for us, and it keeps us going.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't have said it any better than that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when was the first time you noticed that physiotherapy can truly change someone's life?
It's crazy to say this is so simple, but it's like a basic movement. In the start of my career, I worked a lot with elderly patients. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had a lot of patients come in with one main concern, which was, not being able to sleep or turn in bed, right? As young, healthy individuals, we take these things for granted where it's just a
Mm-hmm.
basic movement. You're like, why can't you just roll, and get out of bed, right?
Yeah.
And with these patients, we were able to go through the proper rehab and testings and assessments and giving them the right exercises and educating them as to why they might be having a hard time, getting down to that root cause, and then seeing them being able to do the simplest things
Mm-hmm.
was super rewarding, and it kind of reaffirmed to me that we take these things for granted, and we're here to really help individuals improve their quality of life, as simple as getting out of bed.
Mm-hmm. So, for me personally, it wasn't before. It started before the actual physio, like us becoming registered as physiotherapists. For me, it was when I did an internship, and it was an outpatient rehab. So what that means was obviously at a hospital where you had patients who suffered through like severe, like traumatic brain injuries or had a stroke, for example. So I think that's kind of where it set in for me. Being there every single day, helping this particular patient, for example, reach to pick up something, like something as simple as that. Like you said, it comes back down to the basics. And so being able to work with the other physios around me, and even just me being an intern, being able to help them and seeing from like day one to around like what 6 weeks mark, and then eventually into the month, you saw the true change that you can make. And it actually was a very emotional experience, because when that patient was able to grab the pencil or grab something, right, they were so emotional. You can see like they were about to cry, and it's such an amazing spot to be in. um and I think that's kind of like the biggest like game changer, where you're like, oh my goodness, like these small steps towards this big goal is what ultimately, like, this is what keeps me going.
And it kind of
Yeah.
reminds us that our body is very resilient as well.
Mhm.
And sometimes as physiotherapists too, like I said, it's those basic movements.
Mhm.
It kind of reminds you that we may just have to accelerate someone's healing by providing them with the tools and the education.
Mhm.
And it reminds us that again, our bodies can heal just with the right stuff, right?
Yeah.
Meaning, treatments, education, and exercise.
Yeah, and sometimes just having someone to be there, right? Like, in our lives, and as a physiotherapist, like people rely on you for like the education part as well, but just as like human connections as well. Like, it's always nice to know, like, hey, if I have concerns, or even just like to talk to them about personal lives as well, we do that in our sessions as well, which is
Like
great.
I often laugh with some of my patients. I'm like, I feel like I'm your therapist,
Yeah.
right? Because they do come in and it's a whole host of things. It's not just, their physical injury, but it's the emotional and the mental consequences of certain injuries as well,
Yeah.
that we have to deal with as clinicians. So we do have to consider the patient as a whole. And so these are the moments that truly remind us, that we're in the right field.